What is going on, friends and family? How are we all doing? Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. D, on this Sunday evening, again, for a bit of a chitty chatty. I'm going to try and keep this clean. I'm going to try and be sensible. I'm going to try and upload it. James Humble first. Bosh! Well done, mate. Congrats. What a weekend, man. What a weekend. Hello, y'all. How are y'all doing? Thanks for coming in. Jack Hartwell farm lad. Sorry, mate, you weren't second. Russell Fox beat you to second place. Unlucky. Don't I look freshly shaven on this camera? Bloody hell, fire. Check that out. I look well cool, don't I? Right, some of that. How are we all doing, friends? How are we all doing? Passed my theory yesterday. Congratulations, mate. Theory on a Saturday. Rather you than me, son. Rather you than me. What an absolutely balmy weekend we've had. Oh, criminy. Oh, my Lord. Telling you. Has anyone been out? Has anyone been out this weekend to the pub? Yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you're just popping in. If you're just popping in just to say hello, give this video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that I'm here and I'm live. And we're going to talk some crap for the next 60 minutes or so. I'm going to try and not swear. I'm going to try and not be vulgar and rude so people can see what I upload on a Sunday, what we do on a Sunday. I'm going to try and get this one up so people can watch it. Not here in Scotland, all shut. Oof, gutted. So has no one been to the pub? Has nobody been? Am I sticking to the gym? Yeah, man, I'm back in the gym in full swing, mate. I did legs today. They're absolutely killing me. Even though my gym's not the best. I got the sickest pump in my calves ever. Oh, God, I couldn't walk. My calves were like that. I wish I could see. Got them bad boys, man. They're mooing there. And that's my bad one. That's my right one, that. Look at that. Bosh! Jesus criminy, mate. Yeah, cars, man. Mooing. My t-shirt's starting fitting a bit better as well. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Hey, I love it. Oh, he said only joking. We're just going to say someone just put roids, bro. Been back in the gym since Tuesday. How many hours at the gym? I do it. Bloody hellfire. I do about an hour a day, an hour-ish a day. 7 days a week, no days off. You're supposed to have rest days. I do know. I know quite a lot about training, nutrition and that kind of thing. How much do I weigh? Don't know. I've put on a lot of weight, I know that. Good grief. Get on the pre-workout. I use C4 at the moment, mate. I am on Cellucor C4. Just because that's all they had at Costco. Thanks. You like the haircut? Thank you very much. I don't like it. I hate it, actually. But it gets me and it gives me the tingles, man. Like today, you look like you've lost loads of weight. I have. I lost 2.5 stone. I was at 16 stone 12 about 4 months ago. And then I got down to 14 stone 6 was the lightest I think I got to. And now I've upped my meals to 4 meals a day, which is not a lot. I understand that it's not a lot. I've upped my meals to 4 a day. I'm thinking of diversifying my channel a little bit. Yeah, it's the Blue Raz C4. I think it's disgusting. I'm thinking of diversifying my channel a little bit and doing a bit of dieting work, a bit of gym work, a bit of better life work. What do you guys think? Yes or no? See, I don't really want to do it on the Dede's Box channel because it's not monetized. It's just not worth it. You know what I mean? But I know it's not going to get a lot of views. Maybe not at first. They might pick up like my trucking vlogs did. They might pick up in views, but I don't know. I'm thinking because at the moment I'm just doing the same thing every day at work. Literally. I mean, I've got my job free for tomorrow and it's Knowsley to Birkenhead at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's just the same thing day after day. You could knock someone out with your little finger. I don't knock people like me. I'm not a fighter, thank you very much. Don't do fighting, don't interest me. Daily vlogging is the way forward. You're already sick to death of me backing into bloody block and mesh at Birkenhead. You imagine me vlogging that every single day? Birkenhead Tunnel. Oh, £7.20 every time I go through Birkenhead Tunnel, man. Jesus. What's my favourite truck? My favourite truck is the R450, what I've been driving for the past 6 months or so. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm really getting a soft spot for 607. I'm not going to lie. Foxtrot Victor Tango. I'm really getting a soft spot for it. I love safety fencing though. I've kind of got used to it now. I don't mind it. John Whitehouse just said hello. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Thanks for coming in. When do I get my new truck? I don't think I will be doing, to be honest. I'm happy on days. I'm happy staying on days at the moment. I don't want to go back on tramping. I'm enjoying my life right now. I've had an absolutely brilliant week. All last week, all this weekend. It's been absolutely fantastic. Keep on trucking, pal. Every time I see a WS wagon, I always hope it's going to be you, but unfortunately not. Yeah, see you, pal. I drive a class 2 with the crane on the back. Nice one, DIY Woodman. Thanks, buddy. I wouldn't mind doing like, say Monday night out, come back Tuesday, Wednesday night out, come back Thursday, Friday night out. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. But that look a bit dirty on Thursday. But I don't think they're going to do that because that's just complicating things. So I think I'm better off just staying on days at the moment. I'm finishing work. I'm still getting my hours in. I'm still doing like, 13 and a half, 14, 15 hour shifts. Coming home, having a meal, and then shooting out at gym. Coming home, cooking another meal, cooking my last meal, my post-workout meal just before I go to bed. And then having a shower and getting in bed. So my life's all go, go, go at the moment. Hectic, mental. Not got a minute to rest. I love it. Brilliant. The only thing is I've not been able to catch up on YouTube and stuff like that because I've been that busy. Dede, how the devil are we? Thank you very much for that $5 shock. I am absolutely brilliant, mate. I am fantastic. Thank you very much. It's probably the best I've felt in my life right now, to be honest with you. I seen you were fascinated with the ports in Middlesbrough. It's my daily view every morning opening my curtains. I bet it's a bit boring, doing the same thing, looking at the same thing. I bet ports are boring when you've been to them 5 million times. God, I went to Freightliner in Manchester last week. Oh, God, pick up a cabin. Oh, God, did I get lost? Oh, my Lord, did I get lost? Oh, good grief. Has anyone in here been to Freightliner in Manchester? God, I got lost. He said to me, you need to go evening rent boy. It's not very friggin' nice, is it? Jesus. I charge. That's what it means, rent boy, innit? Oh well, you got me with that one. Have you decorated your flat for Christmas? Yep, it's completely decorated. Look, see? No. Don't do Christmas, me. He's trying to coax some content out of you. Content out of me. I'll be hard work. So yeah, I went to Freightliner and this guy said to me, you're on rail side, block number 66 or whatever. So I went, right, okay, no worries. How do I get there? And he did the thing that they all do. He said, you can go down and you're going to go here and then you go over there and you're right there and you go past that and then over there. Like, oh, don't do that to me. Right, okay, mate, I get you, yeah. So I goes down, following signs for rail side, turn right again. Looks on floor, number 66. So I pulls into number 66, sits there and waits. This guy comes at side of me, beeps, puts window down. I says, all right, mate. He says, what you after? I went number 66. He went rail side. I went, yeah. He went, you're in the wrong place. No, he didn't say that. He pulled up at side of me, beeped. I wound my window down. He went, you're at wrong place. And I was like, how do you know? How do you know where I'm going? You're in the wrong place. I said, how do you know? I said, I need block 66 and I'm parked on top of a sign that says block 66 this way. I said, so how do you know? He says, you need rail side, don't you? You need rail side, don't you? And I went, yeah, I need rail side, number 6. Well, you're in the wrong fucking place, don't you? And I was like, right, how do I get there? Get there! I was like, oh, seriously, I don't need this. Whoa. I got a little bit mouthy. Anyway, sets off driving. Didn't say anything to me about turning in between two cabins. I ended up going all the way around Freightliner, all the way around in a big massive circle, and then asking a different truck driver how I got there. And I had to cut through two cabins and park up next to a train. And then this train that just beeped its head off constantly. Beep, 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 like that. Dropped a container on my ass. I was like, thanks for that, pal. Didn't give me a beep. Didn't let me know it were on. Didn't let me know it were fixed. I didn't know what to do. I was like, how long do I sit here and wait for now? Is he going to get out and say, you loaded, drive? Or what? I really didn't know. So in the end, I give him a couple of minutes, and then I just thought, well, you know what, stuffy, I'm just going to drive off. So I drove off and then did my twist locks up because I remembered. Oh, Freightliner, man. Oh, God. Dede needs to try a Parmo next time I was up here. What's a Parmo? It's one of them, lad. The pleasures of doing containers. I guess there's a few people in here that have done containers. No communication or anything. No one tells you no. It's like, how the frig am I supposed to know where I'm going when they've got like 140 bays? Like, and why would you have two bays that are the same number? How am I supposed to know? Mad at. But, God, shall we talk about the substantial meal rubbish? I nearly let one slip then. Nearly let one slip. Dede, big yourself up, bro. Always stayed true. I never big myself up. Never, ever, ever will big myself up. If you big yourself up, then you're just asking for trouble, aren't you? You're asking for failure if you big yourself up. Stay level-headed. Stay level-headed and then, you know, let everyone say what they want to say. Who's happy? Hello, Kieran Park. I am very good, mate. Thank you very much. How, has anyone, yeah, come on, answer me. Has anyone been to the pub this weekend? Can you give Riley a shout out for me? Hi, Riley. How you doing? Whoever you may be. Has anyone been pub this weekend? Come on, I've already let one slip. Oh, no, don't say that. Oh, well, we're all right with one. One can go. Would you ever do international jobs? No, no one's been pub. Good grief. Yeah, I'd do international work. Yeah, not long term though. Tier 3, pub still closed. Been nowhere since frigging February. Hi, Dede, pal. Not been to pub because I'm in Wales. Yeah, well. Well, I went to pub yesterday. I've dropped a link into your Insta. Nice one, buddy. I've not been for a run. Do you know what? Doing my tits in, man. Doing my head in. Doing my absolute noggin in, that lad. Oh, God. Do I play darts? No, I don't. You mean talk about Scotch eggs and that sort of... Oh, that Scotch egg thing on Lad Bible. Bought 63 pints of Peroni and a Scotch egg. Get in. Yeah, so me and Adam went to a pub last night, and the first pub we went into, the local Wetherspoons, I ordered 10 chicken breast bites because I'm on a diet. Obviously, cider doesn't count. That's just completely eliminated from the diet. So this bird comes over with my breasts and puts them down on the table and says, right, you can't have your pint. And I'm like, what? You can't have your pint. I went, why not? Well, that's not a substantial meal. Well, it is a frigging substantial meal when you're on a diet. Thanks a lot, Slim. You know what I mean? No, you need to order something else. I will take your bites back, then I don't want them. Do one. Do one with the bites and I'll order something substantial. No, can't take them back either. The cook there was like, for God's sake, man. Yeah, she did have decent breasts. She were actually really yummy, to be fair. So I said, what's cheapest way of doing this? You know, I don't want a substantial meal. I'm not sitting here and eating bags of mash. I'm not doing it. Get a panini. So I got a turkey panini as well. So I ended up eating these chicken breast bites and this turkey panini, but I left the chips because I didn't order chips. They give me chips free. And I had a pint and a Jaeger bomb thing. So I sups this Jaeger on, orders another pint. Pint comes out, right. You're doing one as well. Doing my heading. Doing my titty for losing. So second pint comes, sups it, done. We've been in pub now about, what, 45 minutes or something like that. Obviously, we're not even warmed up. I've still got my coat on. You know, I'm still sat there, still laughing at these girls banging on bloody Perspex window next to us. You know what I mean? So, goes back onto app, let's order the next one, and we'll order some shots as well, whatever. Goes onto it, app's down. You can't order on app, you need gut at bar. Right, okay. So I says to him, I said, I need a pee anyway, so I'll go to bar. Right, okay, mate. Gets up, goes to the bar. Hey, mate, can I have 2 pints of cider, please? No, we've stopped serving. What? We've stopped serving. We're closed. We're done. And I'm like, it's 7:30. It's 7:30, man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, shut. People taking the piss. People not ordering food, but ordering drink. Well, that's not my fault. I've ordered food, and I just want a couple of pints. No, shut. Everything shut. Done. It's like, for frig's sake, man. So goes and has a pee. Comes out, and I talks to this bird that served me. And I said, are they shut or what? He went, no. He said, she's just, they've closed the app down to stop people ordering because of the big, massive backlog. It'll be reopened in a minute. Right, okay. So I went and sat down. I sat there for 10 minutes. Playing on my phone, whatever, talking, doing whatever. And then app didn't come back on. So I noticed people coming in. So I goes back to the bar and I said, can I have 2 pints? So what? No, we're shut. I said, well, you're letting people in. No, they're not coming in. They've been in before and they're just coming back in for finish the drinks off. Like, what the frig? So me and Adam ended up leaving, right? We walked out and there was a queue of people. So me being a numbnuts, I says to this queue of people, listen, they've closed. They've closed the end. Now this is in front of a queue of me, in front of people. You know what I mean? Says, listen, they've kicked us out. They're wiping bar down. They're straightening out bottles up. They've closed. They're not letting anyone else in, right? No one else is in. They're not allowed, right? And they're all like, oh, you joke. Oh, you joke. I don't believe that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Stupid. I don't get it. And why I'm stood there like this, going, I don't get it. This woman comes to the door and goes, next 2 people, you can come in now. I was like, what? What? How's this work? What the F-bomb's going on here? So we just give up. I was like, whatever, I don't care. I says to Adam, right, what we're doing now, we can either get a taxi to somewhere else that's tier 2, because we're tier 2, so chill, calm down. Or we can go up road to the next pub that's supposed to be open. We'll go up road to the next pub, right, okay. So we walks up to the next pub, about 10-15 minutes walk. Walks into the pub, the Leeds match was on, right, and I'm like, I like this pub. I want to be here. I want to stay. I will order substantial food to stay here, right? I want to see this match. I want to watch it. So we goes and stands in. It were full. It were even. Chocker. No Perspex glasses or anything. Just people sat in like a normal pub, right? But they had empty baskets of like chips and stuff knocking about. So I'm like looking round for a table. Goes to the back of the pub. No tables free. As another walk around. No tables free. And I'm walking past the bar to go into the back room. And this woman said, right, no word of a lie. She didn't say I love or anything. She just looked at me and just went, you're going to have to leave. And I was like, what have I done? What have I done, man? And she went, you've just got to leave. Friggin' hell, man. Really? So we ended up getting a taxi and going to a different Wetherspoons. We got in this other Wetherspoons and I ordered a Quorn wrap thing, right? And my mate Adam ordered a chicken wrap. So we placed this order through. This guy comes out with 2 pints of cider, puts us on the table and says, right, mate, I'm sorry, I'm just letting you know that we sold out of the Quorn wrap. Is there anything I can replace it with? I went, no, that's all I want, a Quorn wrap. He said, well, we can give you a halloumi wrap. Are you vegan? And I went, I don't want anything. I said, I don't want it. I said, keep it. I said, I just want the pints. He went, well, you have to eat something. I was like, you're not my mum, mate. Come on. Well, you've got to eat something before you go out. You need a lining on your stomach. It's like, what the frig, man? Are you both vegan? That's what he said to me and Adam, right? Adam ordered a chicken wrap. Are you both vegan? So Adam busted out laughing, which set me off. And this guy must have felt about that big, you know, because we were just dying laughing like, what the fuck? And we ended up sitting there eating 2 halloumi wraps that, quite honestly, tasted like the cheese out of a sock. It was freaking rank. And I said freaking, I didn't swear. And all we ended up having after that were about 5 pints and a couple of shots. I know, go on voucher this. Shut up, mum. I'm not going on voucher for a Fitbit, mum. Get out of it, you crackpot. Sending me text messages. So we ended up having about 5 or 6 pints in that Wetherspoon, having a couple of shots, and then we come back to our house and watch the Anderson Silva fight, UFC, and a couple of more cans, and ended up having an early night. So I've been gym today and done leg day because I wasn't even pissed. Tell us the story about how Dede come about. May have missed it. Me dad got me mum like this and went, bosh, bosh. And then 9 months later, this thing crawled out, unfortunately. That's how it worked, John. That's how it worked. My name is Dede. That's me, unfortunately. Dede. What I mean? And yeah, they was definitely doing it doggy style for create this. This monster. Kabosh! We're going down that road. We're not going down no road. We ain't going down any road. We're all legal today. Nice and sweet today. Yes! Give this video a thumbs up while you're here, please. Come on, give it up. In back of a Mini Cooper, are you mad? Have you seen the size of me, Dad? Oh, no, we are going down that road, aren't we? That was impulse. Douche. Douche. Oh, dear. So, yeah, today's been a good day anyway. You're in tier 4. What's that? Hospital. Well, that's it. Can't upload it now. No, I can't upload it. It will be being uploaded. I'm uploading this one. Tell me. Uploading it. So, yeah. Leg day. Come on. Oh, man. I had an idea. No, we're not mentioning Sweden. Definitely not. I had an idea while I was in the gym. I was like, turkey steaks, tomato and pineapple. Just like, you know, tomato base and pineapple on a pizza, but with turkey instead of ham. So I put my turkey steaks in a little bowl, put passata over the top of it, half a bag of cherry tomatoes on top of that, and then 2 pieces of pineapple. Banged it in the oven, 200 degrees for 25 minutes. Took it out, bodybuilding food. Oh, man. Oh, it was gorgeous, and I've got the exact same thing for tomorrow's tea. Oh, watching this while on ETS2, you shouldn't be doing that, mate. Don't drive and watch me at the same time. Am I into sports? Not really, no. Not really. Football, can take it or leave it. Don't care. Thank you. Still don't believe you. What, you don't believe that my name's Dede? My name is Dede, man. Google it. My name's Dede, that's it. What gym do you use? I use Pure. It's not very good. It's crap, actually. Have you ever tried a keto diet? No. I don't go to fad diets. I don't like using the word diet because diet means temporary. You know, I prefer using nutrition kind of thing, if that makes any sense at all. Gareth Dede. How do you find the motivation after work? I take my top off and have a look at myself in the mirror and I think, you fat shit. Sort it out. Motivation is an excuse. That's it. Am I still on the Y food? Of course. Of course I'm on Y food. Are you mad? Where's it gone? Yes, bruv. Of course. This is food, bruv. Always on the Y food. Get yourself to a dedicated gym in Huyton, lad. That's the only problem with these smaller gyms. The smaller gyms are they're open stupid times. You see, what about going down Angelica Larson's road? I'd get phone call off police. We can see you, Mr. Dede. Just letting you know, we can see you. Back up. Bacon and Ed walks into a bar. Barman says, sorry, we don't serve breakfast. As you can tell, I don't play drums. What the frig was that? I forgot what I was saying now. What was I saying? Do you go running? I used to. until I started lifting weights again. I run up to, what were it? We're at 8.5 mile. Dede, you said you wanted to upload this. No, Jeff in Sweden. Nope, that's all I'm saying about Sweden. We're not having any more. What lorry do you drive? I drive an R450. Dedicated is on Wilson Road Industrial Estate. Other side of, where's Wilson Road, man? Do you do swimming? No, my ears hold me back. You try swimming with these sticking out at the side of your head. Don't go no eating like that. Not going nowhere. Whoa, come on, son. Doesn't happen. I was dogging last night. Let's not. Give us a shout out, dude. We were talking on Instagram yesterday. Don't know you. Take a shunter's job, that'll keep you fit. You don't look like it at Bootle Docks. What the hell? Do the monkey. Do the monkey. Yeah. Hello? Give us a minute. Shall we see? Someone's at my door. Shall we see who's at my door? I'm only talking to 210 people. Hello.
I'm from flat 36 below.
Oh, you want the...
Oh, brilliant.
There you go, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. See you later. Cool. 210 people come to me front door. Happy days. See, you don't get that on every day, do you? Let's be honest. Sorted. Would you do multi-drop? I prefer multi-dropping, personally. I prefer in and out. I prefer manoeuvring, stuff like that. I find very long drives very boring. Find it very boring indeed. Driving for 10 hours one way and 10 hours back, nah, don't do it for me, that. Don't do it at all. I like an hour drive and a drop, and then a 10-minute drive and a drop, and an hour drive and a drop, and a 15-minute drive, that kind of thing. Do you have a Discord? I don't know what Discord is. I've been asked loads of times about Discord, and I have not got a jar of glue what it is. I have no idea, unfortunately. I love multi-drop better than sat on bays for hours. I wouldn't mind. It's difficult. I like that. I've got to have a balance. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't mind doing the London runs, but only one of them. You know what I mean? I keep saying, do you know what I mean? I need to stop doing that. That's annoying. I did a Thirsk to London, to Cardiff to London, and that took me like 3 days to do. And I was just like, oh man, it was so boring. It was worse than secure offence. I was just like, oh, 4 hours drive, 4 hours drive, 4 hours drive, 4 hours drive, 5 hour drive, 5 hour drive. Oh God. Oh, it drove me daft. But yeah, I like the balance. I wouldn't mind doing like a London run and then doing some drops coming out of London kind of thing, and then back up to Runcorn or whatever. But just doing massively long job, oh, it does my head in. My first job was McDonald's. It's the Mad Darlow guy. Back up. I've walked over 100,000 steps. Good grief. Yeah, McDonald's was my first job, and quite honestly, that job was so... It was so enjoyable working at, but I worked with my mates there, so it was just mental. It was carnos. What would you do should Angelica Larson knock on your door? What would I actually do, apart from invite her in? Get the chloroform out the cupboard. Get chloroform and a rag. You ain't leaving. Get in. That's a joke. Chill. That's a joke. Calm down. I ain't got any. Not here anyway. I ain't got no. It's a joke. Open the door with your kicks around my ankles. No, I wouldn't do that either. Because I'd want to be able to run to the bedroom. If I had my kicks around my ankles knowing me, I'd trip up and bang my head and knock myself out. And then I'd wake up in a corner and she'd be on a flight back to Reykjavik or whatever it's called. Wherever it is she's from. Do you ever deliver to Birmingham? Yeah, man, I do a delivery to Oldbury quite often. See if she has an overnight bag with her. I could sort her out an overnight bag. Right, I'm stopping it now. Stopping it. I'm getting there. I'm stopping. Right, stopping. Hello, Dallas Austin. How are you doing, son? Are you enjoying single life now? See you later, Peter Jordan. Yes, I absolutely love the single life right now. I love it. It's brilliant. I'm going beyond the mic in a 5. Stop this hole from getting dug. John Harris, how do, pal? I'm good, thank you, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Had an amazing week, an amazing weekend. Top of the shop, man. Absolutely brilliant. Happy for you, mate. Love your channel. Thank you so much, Andrew. Naughty Dede, don't forget the watershed. Oh, shed made out of water. What's all that about? My granddad's first job was, how many drinks did you have the other day? What, yesterday? We had about 8 pints and then 2 cans in house, I think. Wittering truck a laugh last night when I said you turn into a tripod if we mention Angelica. I don't turn into a tripod, are you mad? My thing is still points upwards. Thank you very much. Ooh, what do you prefer, the midlift or the tag? Ooh. No, I've got more than 2 children, Ellis. You've asked me that about 5 million times now, but I'm talking when it pops up, so I've got more than 2 kids. Joanna Ho. Hello, Joanna Ho. Right, midlift or tag, what do I prefer? That's an hard one. That's a very hard one. Because they both have the small pros and small cons. You got a flat on Waters meetings. I'm not on Waters meetings, unfortunately, bud. You got screwed and you don't know it yet. What the hell is that all about? Don't get that. I'm not on Waters meetings, though. Have you met any of the Brookdale team? I don't know who Brookdale are, fortunately. No idea. Anyway, tag and midlift. The midlifts are well more comfortable. They are easier to reverse as a unit. So like backing it underneath trailers is well easier than the tag. That's just my personal opinion and my lack of experience probably. But I find it a hell of a lot easier to get under a trailer first time with a midlift because you just point the ass where you want it to go, like reversing a car into a bay. With the tag, you've got to overshoot it, if that makes sense. Because the wheel is not at the back of the unit, it's in the middle. So you've got to like, if this is your unit to where my wrist is, and the trailer's here, on a midlift you can just reverse it like that on, but with a tag you've got to come past and then spin it round like that, and it just cocks me up. But they are slower to reverse. I'm not going to say they're harder, but they're slower. You've got to push the trailer round and then kind of follow it round. Whereas with the tag, you can just push the trailer and then catch it. So it's like you can reverse into a bay with a tag, and when your trailer's practically straight, you can just bring your tag round and then go back, and it's simple as that. Whereas a midlift, you can't do that, and I'm still learning. Even though I've been in the tag now for 2 weeks, the midlift for 2 weeks, I'm still learning, and I still keep overshooting my reversing manoeuvres. I keep really over screwing my trailer. My trailer goes all the way around like that, and then carries on going. It's like, oh no. So I'm still practicing with that. But the positives to the tag, the manoeuvrability, the turning circle, they don't wheel spin as much. The midlifts wheel spin like mad when they're empty. Even with the trailer on, they crazy amounts of wheel spin. Even in like 8th and 9th gear, they still wheel spin. Mad. Whereas the tag never ever wheel spins ever. Do you know, I've only had 1 load where I've actually had the midlift axle go down, which again is bizarre. I've carried like quite a heavy steel load, and I checked on the thing and the midlift hadn't gone down, but the axle wasn't overweight, which blew my mind, because as soon as you pick anything up on a tag axle, the outside last axle goes down. That's what I found anyway. It's a bit weird. But they're uncomfortable, tag axles, when they're empty and when you're solo. They're so uncomfortable. They bounce all over the place. They're unbelievable. Whereas the midlifts are really quite smooth. They don't throw you about. See you later, Adam. How do you find Class 1 compared to Class 2? I don't know. You can't really compare it. That's like comparing chips and bread. It's to be fair, it's a completely different job, which again sounds weird because it's both just driving, but it's a completely different job, Class 2 to Class 1, because Class 2s are just a hell of a lot easier to drive. You know, it's like going from a bus to a boat. You know, the Class 1s are just, I get days where I just think, I just can't be asked driving this thing today. You know, it's true. A Class 2 is just like driving, it's easier than driving a car, a Class 2. Like the DAF CFs are just the easiest thing on the road to drive. They're so easy to drive. The LFs are a bit more difficult just because the box is usually a hell of a lot wider than the cab. So at the very beginning, you're always worried about how wide the actual box is, even though it's only as wide as your wing mirrors. So if you fit through it, your box is going to go through it. It still plays in my mind. Whereas the DAF CFs are the full size width of whatever box you've got on the back. So they're so simple to drive, the CFs. You can see everything. You can see when you're sat like your steering wheel, you can see all down your passenger door. You can actually see your door handle and everything. And then all the way to the back, you can see your back wheels, you can see everything. Same down on your right-hand side, on your off side. You can see right down your door with all the mirrors and everything. And then all the way down to the back with the back wheels and everything. Whereas with your Class 1, obviously it bends at middle, man. You know what I mean? Bends. Well, it's not even at middle. It's right at your back. So it's like when you're driving around a building and you've got a container or something on the back. It's just invisible. As soon as you turn, it's just gone, vanished, because your unit's in front of the building and building's there and your trailer's still behind it. So it's like, don't know what it's doing back there. It could be doing anything. Container could have got up and gone for a run for all I know. What's a wagon drag like? I don't know. I've never drove one, mate. I've been told that they're quite difficult to drive, but I don't know. Why don't they find a way to put reversing cameras on trailers? I think a reversing camera on a trailer would just be more of a distraction than anything. Pardon me. Because there's too much to be looking at than the back of your trailer. Quite frankly, the last thing you need to see on a Class 1 is the back of your trailer, to be quite fair. I think anyway. You know, you need to be concentrating on what the sides of your trailer are doing more than anything. And that might sound a bit stupid, but you don't just reverse a trailer like that. It doesn't just do that. It's like as you're going, the trailer kind of scoots to the side like that, if that makes sense. So it's like if you'll see it when I'm reversing into Block and Mesh at Birkenhead. The pillar's there, and I'll start off, and my tyres on my trailer will be right next to the pillar wall there. They'll be right next to it. But as it goes round, you'll see how it just drifts away. It just scrubs away. So you need to be aware of what's happening on the blind side of your trailer, because if that gets too close to the wall, you've got to kind of judge it in your head. So yeah, that's why I don't think they've got reversing cameras, because I think they just won't help anybody. Scania91, thank you so much for that $4.99, mate. I really enjoy your videos, mate. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Steady Scope, you would probably have to do agency work for experience as a new driver. Agency work's brilliant. I am in at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm having a late start tomorrow. I don't know whether to go in early or not. Evening, young man. Hope you are well. F88 PVC, I am very good, mate. Yeah, I'm in at 6. I could go in a bit earlier, but I don't know. Cameras on the sides. That's what the Mercedes, the cameraless, the wing mirrorless Mercedes have. The camera thing pans around the back of your trailer, so you never lose the back of your trailer in your mirrors. That's what they do. How many hours do I sleep? As many as I need to. As stupid as that sounds, that is true. If I can get everything that I can, let's try again. If I get everything done in the day by 8 o'clock, then I'll go and get in bed at 8 o'clock. Literally. I'll go and get in bed, I'll put Netflix on, and I'll chill out. Like tonight now, when I've done this live stream, I'm going to cook my last meal because I need a meal before I go to bed because I'm back on my bodybuilding diet, so they say. I'm going to cook my last meal, have a shower, and then get in bed. Probably get in bed for 8, 9, maybe 10 o'clock. And then I'll be up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I need to cook my first meal before I go to work. So that means getting up half an hour earlier. If I finish work at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock tomorrow, I will come home, get changed, go to the gym, come back here, cook my last meal, have a shower and get in bed, probably by about 11:30. If they want me in work at 5 o'clock, well, I can't. If I finish at 9, it'll be 6, won't it? If they want me in work at 6 o'clock, I'll be in bed by whatever time that is. And then I'll be up at 5:15 again, or 5 o'clock. So yeah, I sleep as much as I need to. I think the more you think about sleep, I think the more you need it. I think if you just see sleep as a way of getting a night over and done with, this sounds really stupid. I don't know how to word it. I don't say to myself, I need 8 hours sleep a night. I sleep as much as the day dictates I can sleep. If I can have an early night, I'll have an early night and sleep for 10 hours. Like I did on Friday night, got up late on Saturday. If I only have 4 hours sleep, I just get up and do my day. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. The COVID vaccine, no, I will not be having it. No way. Not happening. What a load of rubbish. Do you not batch cook for training? Not really. I only cook 2 meals at a time. Yeah, I sleep as long as I need to, basically, yeah. Or as long as I can, if that's how you word it, yeah. If I can have a line, I'll have a line. If I can't, I can't. Any tips? Got my class 1 lessons all next week. I hate questions like that. If anyone wants, give him some tips. Carl J, feel free, type your tips in. You'll probably get a load of sarcasm right now because that's what I do. I just say don't run no one over. You taking pre-cooked meals to work? Yes, I am. I'm taking... I'm on just protein for meal number 2, no carbs. Then I'm on carbs and protein meal number 3 at work. And then post-workout meal number 4, I'm on carbs and protein again. Batch cook, this is what we asked, batch cook. If I can, I will. But usually I just cook 2 meals. I just cook 2. And that's usually my 3rd and 4th meal at the moment. If I've got time after I've cooked them 2, then I might cook the next 2 and let them cool down and then put them in the fridge for the next day. And if next day I've got time, I'll cook another 2, so I'm always 2 in front. But if I finish work at like 9 o'clock at night or whatever, then I'm not getting home from the gym until like 11. So I don't want to be cooking at 11 o'clock. So then I'll fall back on the 2 meals I've already got prepared. Right, what did I get asked then? Oh, what were it? Have I got any infringements? I actually got a few infringements, but there was because of one daft thing that I did. I left my card in overnight on other work. So I got an infringement for going over 6 hours working without a break. Then I got an infringement for driving for more than 4.5 hours without a break. And I got an infringement for a lack of a daily rest. So it didn't look good. But I did 2 printouts. I give one to my depot manager and told him and explained to him that I'd forgotten, left it in on overnight. Durr. How long have I been on YouTube for? Just over 12 months. Hello, Cal Crossley. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in. Do you have any maths or English exams for LGV? No, you don't, mate. No. How many hours a week do I work usually? 30, 60, say about 70. About 70 hours a week. Do you train when you're tramping? Slip disc in my back. Wow. Gotta bet that up. Oosh. That was mad on Instagram. I dropped a container off at WS Truck in ETS2 an hour later you said the same. Yeah, I tag you in it, Trucker Callum. Satnav, Garmin Diesel 580 Limited. Are you carrying on running with your new plan? No, I'm not. I was going to go for a run tonight, but I finished watching F1 and then I saw the time and I was like, I want a live stream at 7 o'clock. So I've put it off. I did do 15 minutes cardio at the gym today, but that was just a warm up on the step mill. I went on the steppers for 15 minutes just to warm my hips and my knees up before I started training legs. And then I did 8 sets of squats, which I found immensely difficult for some reason. I don't know why. I couldn't even squat 100 kilos. I have no idea why. My legs used to be really strong. Well, really strong for me, not really strong as a bodybuilder. I weren't blooming squatting 800 pound or whatever. Oh, that's a good one. Are GCSEs important in the real world? No, they're not. But it depends what the real world is. Depends what your class is the real world. You do not need a GCSE to start your own company. Just put it that way. I know someone that has no qualifications whatsoever, none at all. He completely avoided the last 3 years of school, and he is now a multi-millionaire. He owns a debt relief company. He owns about 30 houses. He's big into cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and all that balls, which I've been trying to understand, but I just can't get my head around it. I just don't get it. And something else. And he's a multi-millionaire. So no. Do I ever see Parkers, coaches and minibuses on your travels? I don't look. So I don't know. Don't look. No idea. But yeah, you don't need the GCSE, it's we're not going down this path. We're not going down this path because it's dead controversial in it, and I'm not in a position to advise people or whatever. Garmin versus TomTom, I don't know because I've only ever used Garmin, so I can't help you with that, I'm afraid. Sorry. Ever get to Blackpool? Of course I go to Blackpool, that's where my mum lives. Is there a particular training pack for the theory test? Go on to Amazon and search for HGV theory test. Here, HGV mock theory tests. Get it. Some of the comments are weird. Yeah, man. Because I want people to comment anything. Ask me anything at all. It doesn't have to be about trucking. I've not had any package. Well, I've had a couple of packages, yeah, actually. But nothing too wild. I've seen a little bit of Jocko's podcast, but not a lot, really. Can you say proper coffee? Wow, what the hell was that? Can you say proper copper coffee pot? You must say those words as fast as you can. Proper copper coffee pot. Proper copper coffee pot. There you go. There you go, I did it. Proper copper coffee pot. There. Richard Branson cannot read or write. He owns Virgin Atlantic. There you go. Do you consider yourself a light sleeper? I'm 15.5 stone, definitely not. I'm a heavy sleeper. Did you manage to sell those shoes that were too small? No, I didn't. But what I did do, now check this out, I was putting them back in the box today, and the bag with the returns receipt and everything was in the shoebox. I can't believe it. So I've just returned them. I was like, no way. Genius. Crazy. There's a lot of people, though, going back to the GCSE thing, there's a lot of people that are entrepreneurs that haven't got a clue. Haven't got no, what to call it, education. Because, you know, education drives you down a path of, you have to learn this, and this, and this, and this is going to get you through life. And when you've done this, you need to go to college. And when you're at college, you need to pick something that you are going to study for 4 years. And once you've studied for 4 years, then you are going to get a job doing this. And it's like, no. When you do all that stuff, you're being trained how to work for someone. You should be being trained how to build a business and work for yourself. You should be taught, you know, yeah, build your own business, earn your own money. Jamie Syret with the £5 donation. Next time you can get a pint, have one on me. Thank you very much for that £5, mate. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Do you fancy European work? I would do European work, but only on a short-term basis now because I'm happy doing days. I'm happy being home at night. I'm happy doing that kind of thing. So it'd only be on a short-term basis. I'd do it just for the sake of it, but that's better. I'll give you another £5, but you have to do silly salmon. I'm not doing the silly salmon, mate. No way. Welding, plumbing, electrical stuff would be a lot more useful. It would. It most definitely would. I mean, I think, could you imagine if they started teaching male pupils like plumbing instead of RE? Who the hell needs to learn about religious education, quite honestly? If you're brought up in a family that are religious, you're going to learn religion. If you're not, then religious education is of no use to you whatsoever. Just like algebra. I understand maths, fair enough. A basic knowledge of maths is useful. A basic knowledge of maths. But algebra, why waste a child's life that probably has no willingness to learn that, who's not interested in it in any way, shape or form? What's the point? I don't get it. And like, I don't, to be honest with you, I don't even get English lessons. I don't understand why English pupils are taught English. It baffles me. As long as you can talk and you can write a sentence, that's all you need in life. Who gives a shit? Who cares? My opinion anyway. There's my controversial opinion that's going to get me a lot of grief. God damn it. God damn it. Best way to find your first job with no experience. What kind of first job are you looking for though? Depends. What do you mean? Do you mean any kind of job, or do you mean driving job? You're right. Some people are more hands-on. You know, some people learn with the hands and some people learn by writing. And who are most of the people that learn by writing? Females, women. That's why men do hands-on jobs. That's why women generally don't. Not me. RE teaches religious tolerance, as you hear about all religions. What the hell? See, what religious tolerance? What's that mean? You have to tolerate the religion? Now we are coming out the EU and people will need more qualifications and money in the bank to come to this country. Our system will have the chance to train our kids up right. Now they do. Feck all. They won't teach the kids. They're not going to teach the kids anything. Dede tolerance. Yeah, man. Loads of people need to get up some Dede tolerance. Did you watch the Leeds game? No, I got kicked out at pub. I got kicked out. Do you need GCSEs to become a trucker? Nope. Diek. Don't need anything. Hello, Tony E. How you doing, buddy? It's just like you don't need GCSEs to write an ebook. You don't need GCSEs to write any kind of book. You don't need GCSEs to start a YouTube channel. You don't need GCSEs to start passing information that you are coming up with to other people. You don't need a GCSE to start your own haulage firm. You don't need a GCSE to learn yourself how to program computers. You don't need a GCSE to learn how to code computer games. You just need a drive and a brain. And everyone is born with brain. It's up to you to put the drive into action. If you want to do something, it's up to you to go away from everything that you've been taught, to go for a job, to go safe job, being just over broke, which means you're always going to be working to pay the bills. See, positivity in me and everything. Start your own business, start writing. Where you off to, Moz, bud? Birkenhead again. You train for every job you ask for. Problem solving and enthusiasm. There you go. I've no GCSEs and I'm earning a decent wage doing a job I love. The School of Hard Knocks is the best education you can get. There you go. Best way to learn is by failing. You don't learn anything by being perfect. Just like you don't learn anything having a silver spoon in your gob. What did you use for your CPC training? A CD off Amazon. CPC case studies or something. If I buy my own tractor unit, how do I find work? Let me know. I want to know that as well. I want to know how I find contracts when I've started, when I've bought my own truck. I want to know. I'm thinking of just sending emails to big businesses. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm just going to send emails to these massive warehouses and just say, do you need any loads taken from such and such a place? Do you have any contracts to offer, any regular work? Do you have backloads coming from, show me the locations of your backloads? Or I really don't know. I'm just making that up as I'm saying it. That's all I'm going to do. So yeah. Do the German firms like Lidl and Aldi pay truck drivers well? I don't know, because I've never worked with them. I left school with no qualifications and never looked back. At 25, I was on £29,000 a year. There you go, mate. Do you have a dad? What? Any advice for a new Class 1 driver that's struggling with reversing? Everyone struggles with reversing, mate. You, believe it or not, you cannot advise anyone how to reverse a Class 1. It sounds really stupid, but I got given advice off about 13,000 people, and it didn't help me in any way, shape or form. It didn't help me, because the only way you can learn it is by going out there and doing it. It does sound stupid. Yeah, do me in as well. It does sound stupid, but you can't really give advice. You've just got to practice a way that suits you. I mean, like, try this. Go around about 12 o'clock dinner time, go to a services and park up right in the middle of the services, and then just watch trucks reversing. And you will not see two truck drivers reversing a bay the same way. You'll see some truck drivers that will come right in front of your unit and they'll just stay there. And then they'll come round and they'll just jackknife the trailer right in. Done. And they'll stop like that, and you're like, whoa. But then the next truck driver will come in and he'll come into your unit like that, and then he'll turn away dead sharp. And then when he gets up here, he'll kick back in. And his trailer will be like here, kind of thing. And then he'll do the same. He'll just push it around and then come in straight. And it's like completely different ways of doing it. People have all their own angles. They do all their own stuff. Some people screw it all the way around, like literally the unit like that, and then pull it that way. And then the unit trailer's pretty much straight. The only problem with doing that is if you misjudge it, you end up with your trailer facing a unit, and then you're proper screwed, because I've tried it and done it. Proper knackered that one up. There's loads of ways of doing it, and you've got to practice it yourself, and just practice getting on bays. When you come up to an empty services, don't make it simple. Don't drive into a bay. Imagine that every bay has a truck in it, and you have to nail that line. Because if you don't nail that line, you're going to hit another truck. So you've just got to imagine that. If you don't get it right, then just drive back out and do a loop, and then try again. And aim for one bay. Don't aim for like any in the 3 or 4 bays. Aim for one specific bay. No, I don't think I'm going back tramping. I'm not. But if I was training and tramping, someone asked me earlier on what I'd do. I would do Friday when I finish work, Saturday, Sunday, Monday before work. That's what I'd do. For some reason, I just struggle too much. Everyone struggles. Have a look at my videos. I was shocking when I first started reversing. I was horrific. I couldn't get in the bays. I couldn't get straight. I couldn't set up proper. I still struggle now. I'm not going to lie. I hate reversing. I hate reversing in between two trucks. Is just the hardest thing ever. Unless you've got a decent amount of side on either side of your trailer. Like, say, 2 foot, 3 foot on either side of your trailer. But there's a lot of places, service stations you go to where the bays are tight as frig. What's that? Services on M1? Is it junction 29? M1, the one with the truck shop attached to it. The truck wash. Is it junction 29 or junction 26? Their bays there, they are tight as a jiffery, them plate. You literally have about that much room on either side of your trailer. They are shockingly tight. Horrible. Horrible to back into. Even when you think it's an easy reverse, it's just horrible. Do you reckon people can ever get muscle memory of reversing a Class 1? I don't think it's muscle memory per se. I think it's just knowing how your trailer's going to react. Is there any benefit to buying your own truck, John? I don't know, mate, because I've not got my own truck. I'll let you know when I have my own truck, if I get my own truck. There's a lot of things that I want to buy at the moment. I've been looking at a C63 AMG, and I was like, ooh, Oh, I could have that instead of my own truck, and I could pay for it with cash. Ooh. Oh, have you heard them? Oh. So yeah, crazy. It is reversing. There's a benefit. What car do I own? I own an Astra, a 1.6 twin port Astra at the moment. I have drove big powered cars before. I used to drive Subarus, but obviously they're 4-wheel drive, so there's a lot of grip. They're very hard to cock up, and they understeer more than they oversteer. But I'm not sure if it's naturally aspirated or not. I'm not sure, to be honest. I didn't actually look. I just kind of looked at the car and was like, that is fit. Heard it, or whatever noise it makes. That ridiculously loud growl that it makes, and I was like, that is mint, I want one. Are you moving house again? I might move house soon. I'm not sure. This place is just, even though there's me and like 3 kids at the weekend, it's just really small. It's tiny. The kitchen just drives me insane. I can't open the fridge door whilst I've got the kitchen door shut. And I can't open my last cupboard door while I've got my kitchen door open. So I've either got to have my kitchen door open to open my fridge, or my kitchen door closed to open my last cupboard door. And it just drives me daft. The sink is too small for all my pots. It just drives me daft. But I like the front room. I'm not so keen on the bathroom, and I like my bedroom. So I'm thinking of moving soon. I'm thinking, because the thing with me at the moment is I'm liking having money. I'm liking having it. I'm not liking giving it out. And I'm paying a lot of money for this flat. And at the end of the day, it's a flat, and I can get a house, a bigger house. I can get like a 3-bedroomed house for less than what I'm paying for this. So my dream car is, believe it or not, it is a Subaru Impreza Type R. It is the Japanese version of the P1, the English Type R. A 3-door Subaru. I'm not too bothered about renting. I don't mind renting. Whatever, it's either the... If I ever become a millionaire, which I do plan on being at some point, you've got to have aspirations. If you've not, then what are you here for? I'm going to be a millionaire. Then I'll have my own house. But other than that, I'm not really bothered. I'm not sure about apartments. An apartment and a flat is the same thing. They're the exact same thing, it's just a different word. Apartments are a posher way of saying flat. 2 years tramping out, you'd have 70k sitting in your bank. Perfect single man's job. You are correct though. 2 years tramping, you are very correct. And I would have more than 70k sitting in my bank if I was tramping. I'm on more than 35 grand a year now. But I want to better myself, and I can't better myself when I'm tramping. So I've decided to take the pay cut, which is it's working out at about 250 quid a week-ish. It's about £1,000 a month that I'm losing. But I've taken the decision to stop tramping and be happier on days and come home, gym, my own cooked food, and other women, which I've just said on stream. I apologise. Have you ever tried to change gears without using the clutch? Yes, it can be done. You've just got to match the rotational speed of the synchro mesh to the drive shaft. Is that the correct terminology? Is that right? Did I word that right? Do you think you'll ever get that car? Which car? A Type R? I could do. The Type R is cheaper than the C63 AMG, but the C63 is like 520 brake horsepower, or the one I saw was. It was black with 4 exhausts, and it sounded stupid. It was just, to be fair, I'd probably end up dying. It'd kill me, but yeah. I used to work for Jaguar Land Rover. The F-Types are 530 brake, rear wheel drive. V8 Scania sounds just as good. Plus it would be earning you money. That's true. Oh, that is true. Oh yeah, when you hear one of these modified V8s pulling out of a service and then they go, you're like, yes, go on, son. You give it the beans. Just not at 2 o'clock in the morning, you dick. I probably will get another Subaru, to be fair. I don't think I can ever say no to a Subaru. I love it. Have you ever ridden a motocross bike before? Yes, I have. I started off on an Italjet 50 that was custom built. It had a custom built engine for me. I started off in that, in Kawasaki Racing Green, because Kawasaki's was my favourite bikes. I always wanted a Ninja, always. But every time I went for a puddle, it used to flood the carburetor and it drove me insane. It did my head in. And I was only about 10 or 11 then, but it drove me daft. So then I got a KX60, and then the new KX65 come out. So I got one of them, and then I got a KX80. And then I stopped playing with them. I work for a Subaru specialist. Which Subaru specialist? Because I kind of know them all. I love the nice Subarus, mate. So do I. But obviously only when they've got the unequal headers. The next generation, which was after the Hawkeye, they was made with equal length headers, weren't they? So they sounded like Honda Civics. I'd like a Pro Drive Subaru. I used to have a Pro Drive Subaru. I used to have a Scooby World in Loughborough. Yes. I think I have heard of Subaru, Scooby World, I think. Yeah, I had a Pro Drive STI Bug-Eye. The reg was KX52. Oh, I forgot. KX52 something. I did have pictures of it somewhere. It had a carbon fibre bonnet, a carbon fibre boot with a carbon fibre spoiler that was fitted to the boot. I can't remember, it had custom alloys on it. I can't remember which ones, and I wanted to change them for are they called PFR 7s? Is that what they're called? The Pro Drive alloys. I wanted them, but I never got round to it, and then I ended up selling it to a guy called Chris in Doncaster, and then I went and bought a Turbo 2000 after that with 200,000 mile on the clock. It never let me down. And then I sold that and bought the Bug-Eye back. And when I got the Bug-Eye back, it was absolutely knackered. It was knackered. The suspension link was shot. The drop links were shot. The ball joints were shot. The top mounts were shot. I got proper done over with it. Golf GTI. I don't like Fiestas in any way, shape or form. I don't like Fords. I would never ever have a Ford Focus RS or a Ford Focus ST. I never would, because Fords are just Fords. They're just tacky and horrible inside. They're horrendous. My first car was a P-Reg Renault Clio, and I crashed it within the first hour and a half of me having it. I parked it up I always wanted that square box shaped Clio. I loved them, and I went and bought it. And then I drove it home, and I says to my mum, I've got my car, mum. I'm just letting you know I've got my car. It's insured and taxed and everything. I'm going out for a drive. And when I parked it up in my mum's street, I'd done a full lock of the steering wheel and put it back straight without noticing. And I got in it, revved it like a numpty, and floored it and reversed it straight back into this woman's Picasso that was parked at the side of us. Damn. The noisiest car I ever had was the Turbo 2000. I had a custom made decap. Excuse me. I had a custom made decap pipe, which was made by what are them? Charlie Street Garage. Charlie Street Garage in Bolton. They made me a decap pipe. He made it himself with 3-inch pipe. It was awesome. And then I had a Blitz Nurspec R centre section and back box, and that was loud as hell. It used to pop and bang and all sorts. Well, yeah, I do like my old Fords, but I'd never own one. I love Cozzies. I love the Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts. I love the Escort Cosworth with the big, massive whale fin up the back. That one was stunning. Sierra RS, gorgeous. Can you not get done for that? I don't know what you're on about. Get done for what, man? Man, oh man. People that just type the same thing constantly. Send. It drives me daft. God. You're still thinking of moving to the USA to drive. If anyone invites me, I'm here. Invite me. I keep saying this to everybody. Everybody keeps saying, I've had emails. We'll bring you to thingy. We'll bring you to Australia. I'm here. I'm here. If you want me in Australia, sign me a visa, get me work, get me a flat. I'm there. I'll come. I will come tomorrow. I don't even care. I really don't care, honestly. If anyone's got international work that they want me to try, I'm here. Give me a ring. I'm not bothered. What about the Cosworth Impreza? Oh, my Lord. Oh, man. Let's talk about that. Quick story for you. Uninteresting tale for you, but I'll tell you anyway, because just why not? I'm here and that's what I'm going to do. I bought, my first Subaru was a non-turbo, unfortunately. It was a naturally aspirated thing. R-Reg. Was it R-Reg? Yeah, an R-Reg Sport, no turbo. And I'd finished work at Bidvest and I got onto Top Road. I can't remember what the road's called. In Manchester Road, I think, actually. Got onto Top Road and I floored it. No, there were no dump valve. Like that. Flying down this road. Pitch black, I think it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, this. And I looked in my mirror and I just saw a pair of headlights. And I was like, whoa. And then I carried on going, about 85 miles an hour. Looked again, and these headlights were right at the back of me. And I was like, whoa. So I slowed down and pulled over because I thought this car's going to go flying past me. Kind of thing. So I slowed down and he slammed on and stopped at the side of me, right? And it was a full carbon fibre Impreza Cosworth. And I was like, whoa, that is fit. And he wound his window down and it were a pair of coppers in an unmarked cop car. And I was just like, your car's fit. And he went, it is, I agree, but you are a dickhead. I was like, I'm sorry. He went, how fast were you going there? I went, 30. He went, you weren't? I went, I were doing 30. He said, you weren't? I said, I weren't doing anything over 30. Trust me, 30. He said, good lad. He said, I know you was going a hell of a lot faster than that. He said, but I can't prove it, and you're in a Subaru. I was like, your car's fit. And he was like, it is. I said, can I have a go? He went, don't be stupid. He went, don't drive like an idiot. He said, I know it's early in the morning and there's no one about. He said, but if an animal runs out in front of you, or if someone comes stumbling out of a corner, pissed up or on drugs or something, you're going to smash them, you're going to kill them, and it's going to be on your conscience. He said, so don't be a dickhead. And I was like, okay, mate, your car's fit. And he went, and gone. And I was like, and you're telling me not be a dickhead? What? And he just leathered it, screwed it round and gone. I was like, that was fit. And that was my only experience with a Subaru Cosworth. That's the only one I've ever seen. They were limited edition, weren't they? But that was the only one I've ever seen. Hello, Adam Lowe, lead driver from Explore, the hijabbing pro. Yeah, check that out. I have a Mark 5 Golf 1.9 TDI with a full map putting out 160 brake horsepower. My farts come out with more than 160 brake horsepower, you crackpot. I bet it's got about 400 foot-pounds of torque though on it. Any advice for us that are unemployed, that don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, that will help you get foot in door, like companies that put you through the LGV test and set you on after you pass the test? Oh, Sean Taylor, where do I start? Where do I start? See, this is where I feel like I have to be a mentor, where I have to be proper. Go out there and get yourself a job. Anything. If you've got to scrub toilets, who cares? Go out there, get yourself a job. Put money away, save up for what you want, and then pay for your LGV license yourself, and then get on the ladder that way. And then when you've been doing it for 12 months, buy your own truck, start your own haulage firm, and then in 10 years become a millionaire. There you go. That's got to be, you have to have an outlook on life like that. While you're unemployed, why don't you try writing a book? It sounds really stupid, but why don't you sit there and think, I'm going to write a book? Or why don't you get a gym membership with your doll and start going to the gym and get yourself bigger, get yourself a six-pack, make yourself look better, feel better. Go out and get yourself a job, do something, whatever. Can you not get done for having a loud car? I don't think so. I know you can for a bike. My dad got shouted at for having a Scorpion exhaust on his Bandit, and he got told to take it off. But I don't know about cars. I've never been told that. My dad had a Lotus Cortina. Get in. To become a millionaire in a haulage firm, you have to be a billionaire first. See, that's the kind of feminized way that people look at the world. After how long did you start feeling confident, comfortable with your reversing on a class 1? I've been doing it now for February. I started, didn't I? February. So I've been doing it for, I think it was February. I've been doing it for 10 months and I'm still not confident with reversing. I've just got to do it. Have you ever forgot to pay your car tax or run out of insurance? No. Need to send him the cabbage. The Reds. Don't get that. I'm not getting a Tesla Cybertruck, no. You're doing me head in now. Doing me head in. Go away. He reckons Ford stands for fix it or repair daily. Well, I had a Ford Focus and it was constantly breaking. Is class 1 better than class 2 in types of the type of work? It completely depends what you want. It completely depends what kind of work you want. I think that the problem when you go to class 1 is that it takes a hell of a lot of man pride to go back to class 2. I can't see myself going back to class 2 after I've driven something as big as a class 1, unless it was for a ridiculous amount of money. Because it's kind of too much pride in the way, if that makes sense. You don't see a lot of lads going back to class 2. I know Kev T's done it, but it just doesn't seem that way. Class 2 is more graft. Again, it depends what your class is graft. To be fair, I've had some jobs that are quite a graft. I mean, now I do like 5 drops a day now sometimes on this secure offence thing, and you're like, 5 drops, is that it? But every time I do a drop, I have to strap the load up, and don't forget, it's not a curtain size. It's not a class 2. It's not a small thing. It's a full 40-foot trailer. I've got to strap it all up, and then I've got to get to my location, unstrap it all, wind everything back up, put it all away, drive back to my collection, strap everything up, unstrap everything up, put everything away. I've got to do that 5 times a day. Like, whereas when I was doing like the fruit and veg on class 2, I just opened back doors, chucked it all out, shut back doors again, and happy days, drove off. So, no, I don't have a ratchet winder. I use my hands. Will you do your ADR? Maybe in the future, but not right now. I have no interest in doing ADR right now. How long are your trailers? They're about, I think they're 40 foot, aren't they? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's weird how this past 2 weeks, it's only happened over this past 2 weeks. I find it unbelievable the amount of dickheads that I've had on my channel in the last 2 weeks. It's crazy. I don't know where they've all come from. I'm just all of a sudden, I'm just being bombarded with arseholes. And that sounds really homo. There's just loads of new people that are just turnips. I've already blocked about 20 going through my channel over the past couple of days. I wonder what it's like on other people's channels. Just don't enjoy the work I like, to be busy. Money isn't everything. You're right, money isn't everything. You've got to enjoy what you're doing. Try class 2 driving for a scaffold company, unloading and loading 10 ton by hand 3 times a day. Used to do it. Been there, done that. Thank you very much. I love it when I can say shit like that, because people are like, oh, this is hard work. You want to try doing hard work? You want to try proper graft? Done it. Been there. Done it, lad. And I did it more than 3 times a day because I wanted more money. Nice one, Adam. Adam's going through now. I can see him. Don't time him out. Just block him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Oh. Glad you gave Kev T a mention. What, to all of my 250 people that are watching? Is scaffolding good money? Depends who you work for. Completely depends who you work for. I have never worked for, and I'm not slagging off every company here. I'm not slagging off scaffolders. I'm just going to say I have never worked for. No, I weren't a driver. I was a labourer. I used to sit there and unload all the trucks while the driver sat there and had a fag. That's what I used to do. When I worked at Pennine, I used to unload their 18-tonner and walk it all the way down a ridiculously long dirt path. I used to unload about, 200 boards on one load, and then I'd go back and get a full load of long, and that was probably about, if I can remember off the top of my head, about 140 tube, I think, if I remember. And then it'd be 8 foots and 10 foots. So, yeah, that's what I used to do. Driving's the easy part. No, they didn't have forklifts, they didn't get them, because they weren't like that. They just wanted to see me die, basically. How's the army application going? I don't know. I don't know where the army application is going. I was thinking about it, and then I weren't, then I was, then I weren't, because they put the age up to 35 and a half. But like I said, now I'm back in the gym, and it's just like, I kind of want to do that. My chat was full of trolls 2 weeks ago. It's put me right off doing them. They were threatening me live in chat and wishing for my son to get cancer. How idiotic. Oh, they're just freaking turnips. They're just really jealous, angry kids that have nothing else to do. It's ridiculous. What's a long? A long's a 20-foot tube, mate. Big, horrible, bendy thing. Forklift is better than true. But forklift is better than HGV. Is this true? I don't know. Well, I used to be a replan driver. I used to drive a reach truck, and that was enjoyable. But at the end of the day, you're in the same place all the time, aren't you, when you're a forklift truck? What impressions accent can you do? I can't do any. No. Ugh. Do you like VW transporters or caddies? No, I don't. No, Nessa, don't let them get to you. You have lots more support. Yeah, just get a moderator, Nessa, and just get them blocked constantly. Just keep blocking them until they're all gone. The thing that I've noticed is that when I block them, though, they turn up again like 4 weeks later, which is just bizarre. You see the same names just randomly appear 4 weeks later, and some of them know little bits of information about your life that you've not spoke about on any stream or any vlog, and it's like, who are you and how do you know this? You know, I've had people talking about the maintenance payments that I'm paying for my kids, and it's like, how the friggin' hell do you know that? Do you know what I mean? It's weird how some of the things that they know, like that guy that come on earlier on and said that I've made a massive mistake moving into this place. It's like, how the friggin' hell would you know? What kind of a mistake's this? And it makes you think, doesn't it? Bit weird like that. Bit weird that like. But yeah, it's just people that are jealous. People that are jealous that have been brought up in a society or in a household where they've not been taught how to better themselves. The only way they know how to feel better is to bring other people down. And that's by having a mum that just constantly shouts at you all the time. It comes from lads that have not got fathers in their life, that have not got an adult figure to discipline them, that just get screamed at by the mums all the time. Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, you've got to do this, you're stupid, you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. Screaming at your kids all the time like that doesn't do any good whatsoever. It doesn't do nothing. It just makes them feel like they have to put down everybody else to make them better. They just go around shouting at people, and that's what they do. That's why they call them keyboard warriors, because they just shout on the keyboard. I hate you so much. I'm so angry. It's like, just go for a run. Go and lift some weights, man. Get in the gym and deadlift 200 kilos, and I promise you, when you come out, you'll feel so much better. Do something with your life, man. Gold. Oh. In our house, it will wait until your mum gets home, and that 2 hour wait to put the fear into God. But that's it, though. You shouldn't be afraid of your mum. You should be afraid of your dad. This is the thing. This is the problem. You shouldn't be scared of your mum. Your mum is your emotional shoulder to cry on. Your dad is a logical person that you should be scared to death at, because he's the one that's going to crack you on. And you're not allowed to crack your kids anymore. What a load of rubbish. The reason you're not allowed to crack your kids anymore is because they want to keep pushing this feminized world onto all these lads. Turn these lads into girls, basically, what they're doing. They're all like, all lads are all, when they fall and bang their arm or something, and they're like, oh, come here, give me cuddles, oh, let me kiss it. Whereas a bloke could be like, get up, lad, you're all right. And kid would be like, yeah, all right. It hurts a bit, but I'm all right. And then they carry on playing. Whereas when they go crying to the mum's like cuddling them for 15 minutes. No good for kids. No good. Kids need to fall and hurt themselves at times. That's what they need to do. As boys, they need to fall and hurt themselves. They need to feel a little bit of pain from now and then. Go on, get on your merry way. If my lads fall over, it's like, get up, go and play, shoot. Yeah, you've scraped your knee, so what? Go on. Yeah, but I'm dirty. Shut up. You're better mud. Go. That's my opinion anyway. You're doing so well, don't let yourself down. What's this all about? Whoa. You are above them. Focus your positive thoughts. Kind regards. Oh, thanks, Rob. Paul knows Mark. Says he's come back on laptop. Says he's a great bloke, but because of TV programme has to put on a front. What's this got to do with Mark? Wanted to get into LGV driving. Got my Class C, but went offshore in oil and gas, and now been laid off, so now getting into LGV. Just like my old dad, bless him. Welcome to the shit show, Ian. I was born in 98. I wish I were born in 98, you lucky sod. But I feel I had a childhood where I was chucked onto the floor and say crack on. I was 16, thought I was the boy, woke up 20 minutes later, felt like a train. Well, that's how you should be. You should be afraid of your dad. Everyone should have a little bit of fear about their dad. Everybody. I don't care. But then again, this is my opinion, you know. I was brought up in a conservative family by my grandma and granddad because my dad left and my mum went back to work straight after having me. And I was terrified of my granddad. And my granddad wouldn't say nothing. He was a drill sergeant in army, World War II. He worked his way up to drill sergeant so he could shout. He's got a voice of proper voice. And if I were ever doing anything wrong, he'd just sit there with his paper like that, and he wouldn't say anything. And my grandma'd be like, okay, Gareth, darling, please don't do that, Gareth. Please don't do this, Gareth. Please don't do that, darling. And I'd be like, yeah, all right, Grandma. And then paper would go down. And he'd just look over the top of his glasses at me. And he'd be like, right, stop messing about. That's it. We're done now. All right, Grandma. Don't worry, I'm all right now. I won't mess about. And that's what it should be like. You should always have a small fear of the alpha male in your family. You should have. It's like, actually, I'm not going to say who, but there's, I need to say who to kind of justify the story. I've told my first ex that her fella needs to discipline my kids because my kids need to have a male alpha role model in their life. And she's turned around and said, no, I've told him he's not allowed to. I discipline the kids because they're my kids, they're not his. You can't bring up kids in a household where the woman is the alpha because the woman is emotional, not logical. This is why men and women argue and they never ever resolve an argument because women are emotional, men are logical. Women will argue about anything like, no, we are buying this candle. And it's like, and logic man will be like, we don't need another candle. It's a fiver for a candle. We don't need it. I need this candle. This candle's going to make our house smell amazing. We don't need a candle. Right, get the freaking candle. Whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We are going off on that tangent again, aren't we? Wowzers. Wowzers. Oh, dear. Kids will rebel and do the, you're not my dad, I'm not listening to you thing though. Yeah, and that's when I get a phone call and they're like, he's saying that they're not the dad. And I say, listen, what he says goes because you're in his house. End of story. No arguing with me, boy. You're in his house. You do as he tells you to do, unless it's something that is dangerous or downright ridiculous. If he tells you to put your washing in the washer, you do it. Simple as. Good job, most of your audience is blokes. You are very correct though, because women hate this kind of thing. Women point and sputter. Women shout at you. You know nothing. You're this. Who hurt you? That's the best one. Who hurt you? Someone hurt you. Mental. Not all. What's the word? Nawalt. It's called nawalt. It's a paraphrase. Nawalt. Not all women are the same. Not all women. That's what women say. Not all women are the same. I don't fuss over my two if they fall over and scuff their knees. Just calm them down, patch them up and send them back out to play. Just how I was brought up. Their dad was abusive. Oof. It's a woman's job to put the washing in the washer. Wrong. Don't believe it. It's a couple's job to bring up a family if they so choose to. If a woman agrees that she wants to stay at home and look after the kids, then that's what she needs to do. She needs to stick to that. If it's the man's job to go out and earn the money, he needs to earn as much money as he possibly can to bring into the house. That's how I see it anyway. I'm struggling with learning case studies. Is there a book I can buy? I have the CPC out, but I find books more helpful. Yeah, go on to Amazon, man. Go on to Amazon and check that out. What time are we on here? 20 to 9. Grief. What do you employ a wife for if you have to wash? What do you employ a wife for? What? If you have to wash clothes. Oh. If women want to stay at home and be full-time mums, that's completely fine. Because I'm conservative, that's completely fine. You know, that's okay. But what annoys me is when, like, I'll go out and do a 70-hour week and then I'll come home and she'll go, right, it's my time to have a break now. You've been away all week. There's the kids. The tea's in the oven. Sort them out. I'm off. And it's like, wait a minute, what? No, you agreed to be a full-time mum. That's kind of what it means. I've done a 70-hour week. I'm chilling. No, you're not. No, you're not. You've been away from the kids all week. You think, well, that's when it becomes an issue. That's when it becomes an issue. Looking forward to your next video. Take care, John. See you later, mate. A lot of people don't agree with my views, but at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. You know what I mean? A lot of people have fell out with me and unsubscribed over my views and opinions, but they're just an opinion. It doesn't matter. If you vote Labour or whatever, I don't care. I don't care. My mum always said wives are to keep men logical. Oh, and I'm not getting more into it now. Turn a few ball valves and unscrew a few light bulbs, they will come running. Yeah. Oh, I need to stay out of this conversation though, because it does get really deep, and I have got strong views on it all. How many subs am I averaging a month? About 1,000 usually. How have you been? I have been absolutely awesome. What's a lorry driver's favourite biscuit? I don't eat biscuits anymore. I'm sticking to a diet 110%. You're just like Ned Kelly, Dede. You talk a lot of sense. I don't know. I try to think that I talk sense, but the problem is with the way that society is being brought up at the moment. You know, it's everybody. It's from the young to the old. It's all this stuff that's being pumped into you constantly. People constantly listening to the news and watching the news and, you know, watching crap on YouTube and stuff like that. And it does really need to. It needs to stop. It does need to stop. It's like if nobody knew about the news, if the news wasn't a thing, does anyone think COVID would be anything whatsoever right now? The only reason that COVID is like it is right now is because of news. There is nobody on this planet, nobody whatsoever, that can actually stand there and say these rules make sense, because they don't. You've even got celebrities that are taking the piss out of the rules. I was watching a Callum Von Morga vlog the other day, and he said, I got told when I was in a restaurant, I had to wear a mask when I was stood up, but as soon as I sat down, I could take it off. Now, what's the difference? What is the difference from a mask on here to having one there? What's the difference? Nothing. It's absolute nonsense. There is no way you can test a vaccine in, like, what, 4 months or whatever? 2 months? How do you know the long-term effects of that vaccine on humans? What happens now if they inject, like, just say 10 million people, and then they realise after 5 years that all this stuff that's been going around that's been absorbed actually slowly eats away at your lung tissue, and then everyone goes into lockdown because everyone's got this lung disease? And it's like, what? Are you mad? I would rather, I'm not saying I'm a number online. I don't think it really matters, but does it matter? I don't know. I don't think it matters. I don't know. I'm not saying it anyway. What happens if this thing cocks people up? It can screw people. It might screw people up. How many people are going to have allergic reactions to it? 3010. That's what mine started off as. 3010. Going from class 2 tramping in a CF to class 1, so looking forward to having a fridge freezer and more than one 24-volt socket. Connor from Ashton in Makerfield, love your videos. Ever considered moving plant on a low loader? I've not actually considered it, but it's always something there, isn't it? You never know with the vaccine. It's not had enough testing. Well, then again, it's probably just saline solution. That's probably all it is. Wouldn't surprise me. What do you want from Brexit? A deal? I don't know. Brexit again. What a load of absolute nonsense. What a complete and utter load of rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I've done a store delivery a week ago, and a customer told me to wear a mask. I didn't want to have to go with that customer. Just wear it, as most other people are scared because of too many news. Yeah, whatever. I will wear a mask. Whatever. You know, I don't care. I mean, let's be honest. At the moment, we've gone back into lockdown because the virus rate has gone through the roof. There's more people dying now than what there was back in April when the first lockdown went into place. We have social distancing in place. We have perspex screens everywhere. We have hand sanitizers everywhere. We have masks everywhere. Everybody has to wear a mask. There's people, old people, that have not been out of the house in months and months and months. There's care homes that have never let any of their tenants out in months and months and months. Please tell me how we have all these restrictions in place, but yet the number of deaths is higher than it's ever been. Well, that kind of doesn't make sense. Does that not tell you that it ain't working? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. It's complete bonkers. It's complete bonkers. And I mean, out of all this, you know, tattooists are back at work. Tattooists are back at work. But I can't get a dentist. My teeth are a mess because I've been grinding them for years and years and years, and I've broken them to shreds, and they're horrible and misshaped, everything. And I tried getting into a dentist when last lockdown ended because I've actually got enough money now to pay to get my teeth done. And they agreed to see me on a day. I booked a day off work. They phoned me the day before and said, your appointment's been cancelled because your dentist is ill. It'll be tomorrow now with a different dentist. I said, right, okay. So I booked the next day off and told Rob that I'd go in on the day before. It got to the next day and they phoned me up and said, your appointment's been cancelled because you need a different dentist. When it got to the day after, when they booked me a third appointment, they phoned me up and said, are you just coming in for like a checkup? I said, yeah. I said, I need a lot of work doing. I said, I probably need 2 teeth out and then a lot of work doing down here, like. And she said, we're not doing checkups or anything, but we can get someone to ring you up if you want to. I said, are you going to be able to pull me a tooth out over the phone or what? She said, well, like, no, are you being stupid? And I was like, well, what's the point in phoning me then? I'm going to go and saw nothing phoning me. Idiot. But tattooists can tattoo. How do you want that? Right, someone mentioned, get dental insurance, I pay £20 a week. How do I do that, mate? Matt, I will look for that comment. Tell me how I do that and tell me what it covers me for. Because I want loads of work doing. I want to pay for all my teeth getting done now because I've got the money for it. There's been worse pandemics than this. If it's going to take millions of lives and there's nothing we can do to stop it. Right, let's just put this into perspective right now. Just in the UK alone, 4.4 million people died from starvation last year. Do you know what the vaccine is for starvation? Food. All you need to do is give people food. 4.4 million people died from starvation last year in the UK. 60,000 people won't cover existing work required. That's pointless for me then. I need loads of work doing. 60,000 people died from COVID and they have raced to get a vaccine in place. But 4.4 million people have starved to death. And it's like, we'll set up food banks. You've had the berry. Well, why don't they just set up bakeries to just send bread out to homeless people and stuff? Stupid. Carb, sugar and caffeine is what I was told for teeth grinding. As it carb, sugar and caffeine overload. Really? I've been told it's anxiety. I've always done it all my life. All my life I've grinded my teeth. I do it when I'm driving. I sit there and go like that while I'm driving, and I'll think, oh shit, that up, God, like that. But all my teeth are interlocked. This is what's really bizarre. All my teeth are on an angle like that, and no matter where I put my jaw, anywhere I put my jaw, all my teeth lock into place. But they're all on different levels. So it's like I can grind on this tooth here. And on this one here. I can grind on all my teeth. It's dead weird. Really weird. But it's got to a point now when I'm absolutely sick to death of it. I really need to get me gob sorted. Yeah, so do I, Gertzy. So do I. Sit there like that. Go home and make some up and the police enforce them. Teeth gone, not paying their prices. I'm a grinder too, find myself saying stop it during the day, but I do it in my sleep. Yeah, so do I. My kids do it as well, unfortunately. But yeah, mine got worse with braces. See, that's the problem that I think I'm going to face. I had braces to push that tooth at her. I pushed that tooth back with this one down here, with that one. I actually pushed it back. And I had a brace to push it forward, and I actually broke the brace because I was pushing it back while I were asleep. While I were asleep, or pushing it back, and I actually snapped the screw on the brace, and it nearly choked me, it nearly killed me. So they made me a new brace, but it clipped in at the back, and it had two big pieces at the back there, so I couldn't actually shut my mouth. My mouth was always open like that when I was wearing the brace, and it was really annoying. And that was the same. I wore it in bed, and I grinded it that much that I broke it. So yeah. How long was you tramping for? I think I did about 5 months of it. I think 6 months of it. I think. Yeah, because I did 2 weeks on days to start off with. Then I went tramping, and I've been back on days now 4 weeks. So yeah. What's your go-to snacks at services? I don't snack anymore. Bad headaches and joints. Yeah, so do I. I grind when I'm asleep, and it gives me headaches. Get pains all upside of my face here where I grind. But yeah, I do like F1. Yes, I love F1. Lewis Hamilton is the best driver in the world. Do you still eat pasta wraps? They're awesome, them. Trust me. What are my hours? I'm trying to get as many hours in as I can. So I'm trying to do 3:15s and 2:13s, but it's not working out that well. Last week I had a good week. I did 3:15s last week, and I did a 12 on Thursday and a 13 on Friday. I did have a gum shield. I had a rubber fitted gum shield that was like suctioned in, but I spat it out in my sleep. George Russell is an absolute legend. I have got 3 wisdom teeth. This top right wisdom tooth here, it hasn't actually come through. Not come through. Oh, do you know? I've been talking to some guy all week, trying to explain working time directive and daily breaks and duty time and working time. Shall we get into it before I go? Now, this 60-hour working rule, right? The 60-hour working rule, it kind of goes off. God, it's so hard to explain for people to understand. When you're on a break, that doesn't go towards your working time. When you're on POA, that doesn't go on your working time. The only time that goes on working time is when you're driving and when you're on other work. That's it. So if I sit on a bay for 4 hours waiting on break, that comes off my working time directive. So that's how you get around it. If I have an hour and a half break every single day and I'm doing a 12-hour shift, that means I'm actually only working for 10 and a half hours a day. So if I do that for 5 days, that's only 52 and a half hours. 52 and a half hours worked if I have an hour and a half break a day. Do you see how you get around it? Have I had any gifts? I've got another Y food parcel that come this week. But I think that's it for now. I have been told that I've got a couple of things on the way, but I'm still waiting for them. So, George Russell deserved the win today. He did deserve it. He was awesome. That overtake he did on Valtteri Bottas was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm not advertising that trucker's handbook. I'm not doing it because I didn't use it. How can I tell people that it's a necessity? You need to have this truck driver's handbook to pass your test. Well, I didn't use it. Yeah, I've tried not to stream. Swear, I mean. Repaying hours is ridiculous. I've never got around to that repaying hours thing. It don't make sense to me. No, the company pay me for the hours that I'm at work. They pay me from when I start to when I stop. Well, that's the thing. Like James Knight said, I agree. The road legends actually use it. When they show the book, they've been showing the books now for months and months and months, and the books still look brand new. No one's ever looked at a page in that book. They're brand new. So it's like, you know, it's easy. If it was me, if I was like 4.4 million people did not die of starvation last year. It was 4.406 something that died in the UK of starvation last year. I've literally saw the statistic yesterday, and I have just seen now on Sky News that the death toll for the UK has just gone over 60,000. So I think I am correct, unless the news is lying about that as well. What do you think 2021 will bring? An awful month's COVID-19 vaccine, which I don't know. I don't know what 2021 is going to bring. I hope it's a hell of a lot better than this year, though. What's the effects of a limited driver changing jobs? What do you mean, the effects? If I wanted to get a different job, I could just leave tomorrow. I could just leave tomorrow and go and get another job. Buy a book, it's great. What does the book say and why it's so good? Yeah, if I was advertising it, if he paid me to advertise it, that's what I'd say. I'd say this is a truck driver's handbook. It's got useful information in it, and I think it could help you out. That's probably what I'd say. I can't play online games because my internet's too bad. My internet's shocking. But there we go. Anyway, I've done long enough now. 108 minutes. It's 5 to 9. I need to go and cook some food, and then I need to go and have a shower. So yeah, I'm going. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Peace out. See you all later. Bye, 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 bye.